Asleep. I couldn't move my eyes. Never happened before. They were stuck with the lids just barely open, so I could see the tip of my nose and a sliver of the foreground and not much else. Have you ever experienced the sensory paradox of opening your eyes wide in a pitch-black room, your tactile sense telling you one thing and your visual sense another? That's how I felt, straining hard to raise my eyelids, but nothing, no response. My mind then drifted to the other night, at the bar, when that guy said he'd kill me if I looked at him again. I didn't look at him the first time. What a jarring feeling, having the impulse to laugh, to cackle, but, again, no response. I'm starting to worry about this. Sometimes you wake up in the dead of sleep, still frozen, the dream dissipated but still you're unable to move. But it only lasts a second, then you shake yourself out of it, fully awake again. But this, it's been 5 minutes. I read once that the brain persists for a while after death, that you can see and hear, think and feel for minutes after your heart has stopped. When your heart stops, that's the medical definition of death. Is my heart beating? I can't tell. Can I breathe? I'm not aware of it. A door just opened. Not mine. Not in my room. Somewhere beyond, past the edges of my frozen sight. A whisper of movement, a hush of air displaced by something stepping through. My chest should be rising and falling. It isn't. My ears should be ringing with my pulse. They aren't. But I hear footsteps. Slow, deliberate. A measured tread, neither hurried nor hesitant. The sound grows closer, not in volume but in presence, like it's settling into the very air around me. The sliver of my vision remains unchanged, just my nose, just the blur of the world beyond it. But something is there. Watching. A whisper. Not words, not breath, just the weight of sound, the presence of something near enough to exhale against my skin. I strain, not against the paralysis but against the silence, against the nothingness. My mind is screaming for motion, for a twitch, for the faintest quiver of sensation. Then, a touch. Fingers, long, thin, slide across my forehead, pushing my eyelids wider. I see nothing but shadow, a deep blackness that isn't the absence of light but something else entirely. It tilts my head, effortlessly. My body, unresisting, follows the motion. I see now. I wish I hadn't. The man from the bar is standing over me, his face wrong. His mouth is too wide, his eyes too deep, as though something else is peering through them. You looked at me, he says. His voice isn't his. It's not a voice at all. Something sharp presses against my chest. Not a knife. Something colder, deeper. Now, the voice continues, I'm looking at you. And I understand. I am not breathing. I am not moving. I will never move again. But I will see. Forever.